Oh yeah, when you go live. Yep, we're live.
We are? Okay.
Yeah.
Still loading on my side for some reason.
You look pretty.
Yana,
It
thank
says
you.
streaming live on Facebook.
Amazing. I'll wait till it fully loads and then I'll. Yes, I see us now. Amazing. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's Monday Masterclass with Abby Gooch. And we're talking all about intuitive marketing, what that looks like. And I thought today, because last time we didn't get a chance to really get to know you personally, if you felt open to that.
Really? Seriously, Allison?
She's all over to it.
Must we get personal? Or whatever, it's your show. Hello, lovely. Nice shirt.
Hi, yes, this is for you too, or this side. How is it going today? How are you?
Well, meeting me, let's just meet heart. The theme today has just been heart, and I think, most of my life I've just followed my heart and my intuition. And so that's just really what I believe we're all here to do, and just come back to that place of love. And I think really have that courage, I mean, for me, I started my company when I was 19. So I followed the road that other people may have thought I should have by doing the scholarship thing. But I was like, oh, my heart and my intuition says this. And so I followed that. So I think, intuitive marketing is very much about having the courage to be who you are from your heart and trusting what's inside of you more than what you think or other people think about you, right? It's the embodiment of love, really. It makes you happy and serves people, that you love to do.
Yeah. So coming back to our passion and supporting people through our passion, there's no way to fail within that. There might be pivots, there might be restructuring, recalibrating, always coming back, like you said, to the center, to love, to passion, to support. And I put some questions in the chat. I don't know if you can see them, if you feel comfortable.
Sure. I just don't see, I see a blank chat at the moment. Is there a message that I'm seeing?
Let me see. I'll try to just send it.
I'll say hi.
I guess it was before you got on. Let me copy and paste it again. Okay. There we go. Are any of those standing out for you that you would really like to go into?
Do you want to ask me what they are? I actually can't see them right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, not you,
so
though.
The first one is, how do you handle negativity when it comes? And I think this would be related to our intuition and marketing, or say like we're feeling a little bit off that day.
Yeah, so I think it's to become aware of what you can call a trigger. So it's a reaction mode versus coming from a loving response. So let's ground ourselves in our intuition. So the way you do that is you bring your awareness from your mind, whatever's going on outside, into your heart. Take a few deep breaths and just feel life from this loving place of your heart center and your connection to it through love. And then I invite you to drop your awareness down a couple inches below your belly button, right to your center point. That's just point of knowingness, of truth within you. You can feel yourself just take up more space and just embody that knowing, that light. And as you do, you can just open your eyes. And then to answer your question, if there's negativity, if you're feeling negativity around you, or if there's a negative thought within you, or somebody's triggering a negative thought within you, meaning an external thing's coming to bump up against something that's negatively, maybe there's a fear-based thought or feeling inside of you, you can kind of combat it with love. You can actually just shine the light on it and let it soften and see what the message is. So, if somebody's upset, it's like, okay, what are you really trying to say? Let me understand you, going a little bit deeper. And also to do it for yourself. So, I mean, even negativity, it's trying. Every part of us has a message. So once you get that message, you can let the negative energy go.
Yeah. Send it back to the light. I know you say that a lot.
Yeah, send it to the light, totally.
Learn the message.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean to hold on to it, to hold it inside of our bodies. Once we've learned the message, to be able to fully let that
Release
go.
energy. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I do like the chakra system. It's like is you clear the energy, those thoughts leave, right? Those vibrations leave. So you don't have to hold them in your field any longer.
For sure. Yes. And I also didn't introduce you probably sufficiently this time about how you're an intuition expert and guide women and men back to their intuition and centered.
Yeah, and kiddos. Yeah, we love the kiddos. Yeah, for sure.
We're also taking, one of my teammates was asking me, hey, how about putting the masterclass as a podcast episode? So we're also going to be taking this and putting it as a podcast episode on our website. It's empirelifeacademy.com/Empire Life Podcast. So this will also be on the podcast too, if you're listening to this there. Yeah. Just to get the video more places, get this content out.
Yeah.
It's so valuable what you're sharing.
Yeah.
To get it out to as many people as possible.
Well, you're valuable. Everybody's valuable. There's something I teach in the practical application part of our certification process, which is like, you can set your prices, which is like a value exchange from love for your business. But to really embody the infinite value of who you are, to really take a moment and feel like the preciousness of you, with like your unique gifts, your essence, your energy, like what you bring to the world. Like, I think you might have seen this student that was here for a week, like to actually feel her step into her essence and just watch how that ripples. Like she was up and down the streets, like, talking to businesses, like as you start stepping in to who you are and trusting your intuition, like things just start happening and it's not hard. So I just think that's the biggest message about, intuitive marketing is like, step into that loving being that you are and trust it. And that's, kind of evolving those negative thoughts about yourself in the world.
For sure. Right? Yes. And we talked about that in the first one, about how it's not necessarily supposed to be hard. And always coming
easy.
It's supposed to be easy, just like most relationships are mostly supposed to be.
Totally. Yeah, I'm like shaking like this because I obviously haven't always had easy. The last one was really challenging. but like in general, I usually have very easy relationships. I just think that there usually can be some lesson in it, right? So it's like, if it's not easy, just kind of be like, okay, what's the lesson here and what's the gift? And the word forgiveness comes, like, that's fourth chakra that I teach. I think, as it's kind of like, okay, like I can release this. What's the lesson and the gift here? And, there's a deeper process to that, but just kind of, on the surface, it's kind of letting go and trusting. Yeah.
And the brilliancing, which I've seen through you supporting me too. And through us
supporting. Say the brilliancy? Did I hear you correctly?
I like that word.
I do too. I'm like, did you just say brilliancy? Because that's awesome.
The brilliancy, yes. The brilliancy in this is that
the brilliancy of you.
The brilliancy of you and I are like how we're like you're our client and I'm your client, how we're like have this collaboration and supporting each other. That I've seen with you supporting me too is what's incredible about when that gets cleared out, it allows us, like you say, to restructure and have a new belief, and then that new belief to come into play. But first, that the old belief, or even understanding what our actual belief is on something in the first place, and then is that really something we want to believe, and finding it at its root, and then being able to clear it out and replace it with something that is really supportive of us. That the whole definitely related to being in our intuition and related with our marketing, because if we weren't aware of where those beliefs are, we might even be cloning or thinking that we need to market ourselves in a certain way that's like what somebody else is doing, not necessarily what is in alignment with us. And then we won't be attracting, if we're in alignment with ourselves and in our intuition, we're actually attracting and coming into alignment with people that match with us. As opposed to if we're going along the way and we're thinking, well, this other person did this and that works and I need to do that. it keeps being like ships missing in the night, and we're not that other person. It might be working for them.
Right.
We can maybe tweak it a little bit. We always need to be reflecting on, does this actually work for me?
Right.
Does this feel good for me? Does this feel easy for me?
Right. 100%. I love that you say that. There was something else that you said. Do I want to keep this belief?
Mm.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
If the belief makes you feel bad, don't keep it. It's probably not true. You know?
It's so true.
So as you align with the love of your heart and your intuition, that'll be a true belief, and it'll like do really well for you and your business. I promise. And
Yes.
like, you know, and then again, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
And maybe sometimes we can't see the bigger picture if we're in the midst of it. So even
Right.
people who truly love and care about us, if they're reflecting that to us, hey, is this really something you want to do? We might need to take a step back also and question,
Mm,
well, if they know me really well and they're here to support me,
mm,
is this truly what I want to do to move forward?
mhm.
Is this really something I want to do?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is it true? Yeah. The other thing, so alignment with yourself. So yeah, it's super important to be in alignment with yourself, be right with yourself. And then when you have your offering and you trust your offering, right, you know it works, then there's like a perfect match. You're basically representing your company authentically and in full integrity because you're in alignment with it. And then from
Mm-hmm.
that, you attract amazing clients because they want what you have and you're able to provide it, you know? So that's kind of the alignment starts with you, goes into your service or product, then out to your clients, and then they come, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
that frequency
For
of
sure.
love is the highest frequency that you really can be at. That, I mean, really, like I
Yes.
said earlier this
Forgiveness,
morning,
love.
well, like money follows love. When you're happy and you're in that love frequency, have you noticed like things just flow in? It
Mm-hmm.
works.
It does.
Everybody wants to be around it. Everybody wants it, you know? All of marketing is like how to like say the right thing to then come in alignment with something that you love and want to buy and have the experience of, right?
Yes. So true. The another one that I would love to dive into is like, if you were starting like when you were 19, if you knew what you know now, what are the top 5 things, or let's say 3 to 5 things that you would tell yourself, or maybe not worry about, or
Hmm. Do you want to know something so funny? I must have known you were going to ask something like this today. I actually knew more at 19 than I do now because I was so unfiltered, right? Like I
I
was like,
know, I know.
like I'm a joy bunny and love and light. Like I just want to change the world with my love, you know? And like I'm still like that, but I was not like afraid. And
Or
so
jaded,
and
or
I just
I don't
trusted.
know.
I just trusted. I just trusted. I was in the flow, you know. I felt safe. I mean, I started as a nanny, right? So I had a solid base, and then I built my practice from the ground up. Like I had an office and everything, but I didn't come at it from a place of neediness. It was like I was taken care of, and then I had this overflow to give, and so I was doing it from that place, and then I would attract other amazing like colleagues, like my teachers and clients. I mean, I took action. Like, I mean, it'd be this, honestly, I should talk to the 19-year-old, which is what I'm telling you. Like, take action, trust yourself, like
Mm-hmm.
be in love, just like expand as much as you can into more love and like care about people. Like, I was just like, this is so fun as this practice. Now I want a wellness center. Now I want to help kids. Like, no, you know, like you just keep growing it. And it's the love within you that just keeps expanding. So, that's why it's like the answer is love, baby. You know, find what you love, find your passion, and
Mm.
take action on it. And it's going to be from your heart. It's not going to be from your head. Like I've never ever manifested a client from my head.
Mm.
It's always a heart connection. Like I think it's actually
Yes.
impossible for me doing what I do to try it from the head. You know. So like strategy is awesome applied with intuition, right? So people are like,
Yes.
or you could say like, hey, like, you know, do an Instagram thing. Okay, cool. From my heart, it works. If I was just like, do, just be like, okay, you know, but from the connection point of my heart, we connect with the right people, you know?
Yes. That's why I feel, well, something that happened this weekend actually. I was having some sinus pressure, and I took some time to not work as much, or so a lot of times I work a little bit on the weekend.
Yeah.
And during that time, ideas were starting to flow in when I'm not trying to sit down and
Yeah.
like make them flow in. Or
Well,
we're taking a walk, or we're at the sauna. All of a sudden, we have all these ideas come in.
right. Yeah, your body's a receptor of energy, so you're way more than your brain, right? So the chakra system is like the connection of energy that like corresponds to your physical and emotional and spiritual and mental well-being. So when you're actually in your body and in your energy centers, that's a way greater capacity to create from than just your mind. So the reason you're getting insights is you're in your body, you're open to receiving divine guidance through you, as you.
And that helps when we have less pain and when we're more relaxed, right?
100%.
We can,
Yep,
what
the
would be
more you can flow. Yeah.
more in the like a meditative state, or more just more open. I've noticed that, or even in the shower sometimes amazing ideas come all of a sudden.
And it's
There's
water.
some,
Hello. Everything's
you're
amazing.
trying to go, oh yeah, that's true, you're
Yeah.
trying to go to sleep, and I have a notepad next to my bed because that happens to me so many times. And I don't want to like pick up my phone because it's electronics right by the bed, so I'll just jot it down and
Yeah.
on a brain dump, or take it out of my brain so I can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you about talking to our 19-year-old selves. I feel like
Yeah.
I was less filtered too, and
Yeah.
just more in my, I'm coming back to that essence.
Yeah.
Like it was more unapologetically in my true essence.
Yeah. There's no reason to apologize. You're just being you, sharing your
Mm-hmm.
love. And, when it comes to business, it's a message. To me, it's a mission. Like, business is a mission. Like you're on purpose for something, for, whatever your business is. So just tuning into how that helps people, and what you can say.
Yes. What do you think are some traits about yourself, Abby, that have really helped you throughout this journey,
Trait.
throughout your business journey? I mean,
We
there's
need to
there's
talk about
there's
trait.
millions of them. I can talk about you.
Talk about me if you want. What does a trait mean? Like a personality trait,
Like,
something about
yeah, yeah, like a characteristic about you that really, like if you think about, or if you feel into, okay, this is this part of myself. Um, when I could take myself, for example, I have a lot of inner fire and this intense passion to be doing things in my purpose and in alignment with my goals, and supporting other people to reach their goals. That's something that I've had since I was little.
Yeah.
And that's like really intense passion for what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what comes to mind is like loving. Like I just genuinely love people so much and care. So it becomes really natural. Like it's very nurturing. Like I don't have children yet of my own. I know I will one day very soon, but I nurture my children. Like my student are my children. I literally had a student here for a week and I was like, hi, like you're my child. Like I'm just there, like giving everything. So it's very nurturing. It's very, compassionate and fun, like it's like fun to make it playful, it's almost like starting, I don't know, starting like you're a kid, right? Just like lighten it, lighten it up. Like that's second chakra is like, having fun, being a kid, following your intuition. So just like letting yourself be light. But yeah, for me, lightness probably. Yeah. And at the same time, depth. You can be super light, but feel a deep love, right? So there's a deep connection and like an understanding where, people just sign up and give me their credit card in like 15 minutes for like $6,000. It's like no big deal because they're like, I feel that resonance.
Is everything okay? Oh no.
Yeah. There's some neighbors that have dogs. It's normal. I'm so used to it. Yeah. But it's like, and then you want to be in a place of resonance. So as a business owner or somebody who is, working on sales, to be open to receiving that, right? So receiving your clients, receiving, income, from them in exchange. So just staying open, staying open to receive. Yeah, that was really loud.
Do you feel, yeah, it sounded like they got in a fight or something.
It's
They're
like,
okay now.
like every day.
Aw.
Seriously.
Aw.
Ben love. Yeah, actually, my student had a dog here, and the dog would freak out every time, and we
I
because she
bet.
feels vibes, feeling the vibes. Like that's the other thing, like about marketing, feel the vibes.
Hmm.
Just your vibes.
You
Yeah,
feel the vibes for sure. What
good
do
vibe.
you feel like are some things that might block being open? Like
Fear.
or fear? Okay.
It'll literally send like a schism in your field. Like when you,
Yeah.
like I remember when I first opened the school, like I remember telling Sai, who's my business manager at the time, there was like this like beam of like man. I was like, and then when fear hits it, it goes like this. Like it's kind of like lightning hits it. And it's just like your system's like in chaos. So whatever you can
Wow.
do to move back into
Mm.
alignment of love through your heart and your intuition, your gut, it will calm. And then you want to make decisions from there in general.
Mm.
Otherwise it can be kind of painful, really painful.
And
Because
we
it
know,
exacerbates the energy, whatever energy you make a decision from is what is gonna get bigger.
wow, that is so powerful. If we don't feel like bringing that back to intuitive marketing, if we're not sure that we're really in the loving place, like in the compassion and understanding and support, maybe to breathe through it or like take a step back and really think or feel that through.
Yeah, totally. That's a
Hmm.
really good point. Yeah, make sure you're coming from love, not fear of needing to get a client. Just like
Mm.
move into that alignment of service for this person and for you or people. And just has to be of service too. The other.
Hmm. I know from experience, and I've been almost 7 years having Empire Life tech and digital marketing, and I was referred a client, was that 2 years ago, about, or a year and a half, and I felt that I needed to accept guiding her. Like she really, trying to explain, like there was she needed, like she had to have me guide her.
Mm,
Not that I felt like I was being nourished by
mm,
doing it as well.
mhm.
And instead of, I learned a lot from that
Yeah,
situation because it ended up that there was nothing that my team and I could do to give enough to her because she can't, it started from this kind
mhm.
of energy of needing more and more, and if I just have this, then I'll be able to be successful. Like it, I learned that I really needed to trust that intuitive kind of ping was
Right,
like, do I really need to do this? Or is this really a good fit? Or
right.
do I feel like I'm doing this out of, what's the word?
Obligation.
Obligation. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that was really hard for me to process, to go back and look at when I started to feel that she felt I need more, I need more, I need you guys to do, like it's just never enough, and it, she wasn't happy with a lot of things in her life, and then that was just another thing that she needed more from, and I kept thinking that I needed to do something more out of obligation, and that really taught me to reflect on my intuition when I'm getting to know a client. And I mean, luckily that's like one story to share out of many successful client journeys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think especially as women, when we're doing our intuitive marketing, we sometimes forget that it's supposed to be reciprocal. It's supposed to feel good for both people.
Hmm.
And if we're getting any kind of those intuitive pings, that it's okay to let go of that and let the space, healthily, like release that person.
Right,
And I love energy flowing and of money, and if it doesn't necessarily feel good,
right.
that's been that's been a growth edge for me,
Yeah,
is like letting go of that person, that they will be served
yeah,
with who's a good fit for them,
right,
and in that situation, for example, and
right.
allowing the space for a person to move in that's more aligned fit. I'm definitely better at that now. But
Yeah.
going through that experience clarified for me even stronger, and for also forgiving that person, forgiving myself for going into the situation in the first place, taking some accountability for it and realizing, okay, if they're not a good fit for me, I can probably find somebody that is a good fit for them
Right.
intuitively, and I know they will be taken care of,
Right.
and I know that I am safe and I'm taken care of allowing that space
Yeah.
for a new person to come in that's extremely aligned.
Yeah.
I know, like, you brought that up for me personally with saying, staying in the alignment, even when we're like, okay, to meet these goals, I need X amount of clients. And that can be a growth edge for a lot of us to stay aligned, even during those times.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point. I love that. Stay aligned with your goals and then ask your intuition, what do you need to do to manifest those goals? And you'll be guided like one baby step at a time or big step, whatever it is.
Yes, for sure. For
So,
sure. Is there anything that's coming up for you that you want to share that's on your heart?
no, I think that's a really great point. I love that you shared it. Because
That
it's,
feels vulnerable to share that story.
oh, no.
I'm so, I'm incredibly grateful that going through some of those situations, or like that one in particular, really, I feel like strengthened my
Yeah.
intuition in the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay
Yeah.
to let a client go and allow the space. Even from the beginning, it's okay to admit, like, you're taken care of, you're
Right.
safe.
Right. Totally.
There's people that are meant for you and that are aligned with your vision and your passion.
Yeah.
Mm.
100%. I love that. And to know that. And then when you come to that place of knowing of your inner safety, then people will trust you because
Mm.
they'll feel safe coming to you because you feel safe with yourself.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah.
And let's see, is there anything, or before we hop off, what we could give some time back to, if there's anything that you feel compelled more to share with the community, like a concept, maybe something that came up with you and your client this last week, which I loved seeing everything that was going on with you guys
So cute.
on
Yeah.
social. It was so sweet. It was amazing.
Right. I mean, stay aligned. That's really that. Like stay aligned. And then the manifestation happens, and take action on
Mm.
it. And just really move into the resonance of like your heart, your body, your mind, all feeling it. And then
Mm.
like just move with that. And then the results are always amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. You can trust
Okay.
yourself. Yeah.
Perfect, Abby. Well, I hope you have a wonderful night, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, if people want to go to the site, they can go to lifeforceconnection.com and do the activation. There's a free activation there. So
mm,
people really enjoy that, just getting their chakras aligned and just then being guided from that place
mm, mm.
and knowing what to do next from their intuition. And then, yeah, email us, on social media. We're on Life Force Connection. And send me an email, Abby at Life Force Connection. Let me know what manifests for you. It's just really fun.
Yes. Yes, or comment here if you're watching on the replay. Let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
You can reach out to here. I haven't shared this out, or I'll be sharing it on my group, in the Empire Life Facebook group,
Sweet.
and on the business page in a second after we get off.
Yay! Well, thank
Yay.
you, Allison. It's always fun to
You
be with
too,
you.
Abby. Yes, me too. Sending love to you.
You too. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.